Hello and welcome back. And if you're here for the first time, welcome this Wednesday. So I'm here. And first of all, we're still on that high from the Duchess's first podcast with her guest Serena. It was so good, and we're all on that high from that. Very proud of Meghan on this new journey. She is owning it. And, so much has happened. It's been so fun to see all the reactions to it online, the buzz, the feedback, the comments, even on my own review. It's been so wonderful to see so many of you tuned in and you left your comments. And even if I wasn't able to reply to all of them because there were so many, I'm just so grateful that you wrote. I saw a lot of comments that were so positive and people's takeaways from the podcast. So for those of you who may not know, I don't know where you've been, the Duchess of Sussex launched her new podcast, Archetypes. And as I said before, she featured Serena Williams as her first guest. And by the way, on Tuesday, the tennis superstar shared a black and white photo on Instagram of her posing with her 4-year-old daughter, Olympia, and Meghan while teasing her interview on Meghan's podcast. So she said this, quote, "I love talking about so many important topics with my dear friend Meghan as her first guest on Archetypes for Spotify." She captioned the snap and said, "It's out now and worth a listen, especially if you're ambitious," with a heart emoji, end quote. So, as we know in the premiere episode, the duo discussed the double standards society sets for women who chase their dreams and are ambitious. Some sections of society frown upon ambition in women, and they tackled that head on, being women who themselves are go-getters. And, something that Meghan said, it stood out to me. She talked about a message that had resonated with her as a young woman and, had permeated every aspect of her life. And that message to her and her classmates was clear, that their futures as young women was limitless. She talked about the fact that she never had a negative association with the word until she started dating Prince Harry. So she spoke about all that, and I did cover that. So if you'd like a more in-depth review, check for links in the cards and at the end screen on this video. I'd love to see you on there. So this is going to be a video capturing quite a few things from yesterday, and we have some fantastic news on that as well. Meghan's podcast has been just doing absolute rounds on the internet. She was trending on Twitter, and not just on the For You tab, just like trending. She was trending way up there, and her podcast series has done so well for Spotify. These are her numbers. As you can see, for those people who said that they were not going to be tuning in, they were boycotting Spotify, etc., etc., they were tuned in. Probably with a drink in hand and some snacks because those numbers are quite telling. So whether they were tuning into her because they were supporting her, you can see the numbers there in the US, in the UK, in Australia. And, come on, the numbers speak for themselves. Number 1 in some places, number 2 in the top 5. So definitely. Even the haters, I think, were tuned in, eager and piqued to see what she might talk about. So congratulations to the Duchess. Those are fabulous numbers for her first podcast. And Spotify as well posted on their Twitter and said, she delivered. You can see it right there. So congratulations across the board. It's a great investment for Spotify. It's paying off. And you know what? I'm so glad that her friends are turning up for her. It was so great to see that Serena was her first guest. That's starting off strong. They shared about their goals and motherhood, and it was just such a great talk. So as we all know, I said before that the Duchess of Sussex will be interviewing Mariah Carey, so that's going to be something else to look forward to. So as we know, Prince Harry and Meghan's production company, Archewell, signed the deal with Spotify, reportedly worth about 18 million plus, with the streaming service in 2020. And I do believe that this first episode of her Spotify podcast that was launched on Tuesday is part of a 12-part show. And this 12-part series will release 1 episode weekly on Tuesdays. So as I said, the next one will be Mariah Carey. So that's going to be fantastic. And also, don't forget, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix as well. So that's something to look forward to. The Invictus Games documentary titled The Heart of Invictus is in production. So this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. So leave your thoughts on this in the comment section below. So, part 2 of this, another feel-good story from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and this one is a heartwarming one for any pet lovers out there. Once again, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have adopted a beagle rescued from a Virginia plant. So, courtesy of LA Times, they broke the story. It says this: in less than 2 months, Mama Mia, the beagle, went from rags to royalty. Her life changed. Her changed life began in July when the federal authorities rescued her, along with 4,000 other beagles from overcrowded and unsanitary conditions at the Envigo, I hope I'm saying that right, breeding and research plant in Virginia. Her new home is, drumroll, a sprawling estate in Montecito where the 7-year-old dog will roam around a lush 7-acre property. Her new owners, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. So, Shannon Keith, the animal rights attorney who runs the Beagle Freedom Project, said this, quote, "The Duchess called me personally. Keith said that at first she didn't recognize who the quote VIP donor interested in a beagle adoption was. Shannon said, quote, "She calls on my cell with no caller ID and says, 'Hey Shannon, this is Meghan,' end quote. She went on to say, 'We talked for 30 minutes and I thought, is this Megan Fox?' End quote." So, Shannon Keith, whose nonprofit organization rescues beagles and other dogs, as well as cats, pigs, horses, rabbits, goats, sheep, most of which were used in lab testing, went on to say, quote, "We talked for 30 minutes and I thought, is this Megan Fox?" End quote. But it was Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and her husband, Prince Harry, who made an after-hours visit to the unassuming San Fernando Valley house on Hartsook Street this month. The royal couple spokeswoman confirmed the visit to the Times. Neither commented on the adoption. It was a no-photos affair with 2 security guards joining Harry and Meghan in their quest for a furry family member. They played in the backyard with Mia, who had been transported with 8 of her newborn puppies from Maryland, where the dogs had been taken after the Virginia rescue, to Valley Village, but they did not want a puppy. Quote, "The Duchess is holding Mia and was like, 'We're adopting her.' End quote," Keith said. "She was like, 'No, we don't want a Christmas puppy. We want ones we can help who are older.' End quote. Mia's storybook ending followed a life at the Envigo plant, described by a Department of Justice as a house of horrors. So the lawsuit was filed and they in the end had to release the 4,000 beagles from the plant and shut down operations. The beagles are being moved to shelters or groups such as the Beagle Freedom Project, which places the dogs in foster homes for rehabilitation before finding their forever homes. So you can see the images there of the pups. They are so cute. So this is a sweet ending to the story. As the Duke and Duchess of Sussex prepared to leave the Valley house with their newest 4-legged member of the House of Windsor, Harry paused. Keith said, quote, "He's just like, well, we can't leave yet because there's something in that back house she needs. Does she have a favorite toy or something?" Quote. The royals and their entourage made their way back and found a box filled with toys. They flipped it over and Mia grabbed a fox toy she had played with during her cross-country trip from Maryland after leaving the plant. And with that, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and their dog left the valley. "Okay, now we can go home," Harry said. So that's a very sweet story. Wow, I love the fact that they didn't go for the puppies. They went for an older dog. It just shows the heart of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, very thoughtful in knowing that perhaps that might not be most people's pick, but they went with that one. It's just so sweet. What a story fairy tale ending. And I like the fact that I think somewhere in this article that they say that dog is now crowned the dog Duchess of Montecito. That is so funny to me. So what a great story back to back. We've had Prince Harry as well in Rwanda and in Mozambique doing great work with African Parks, the NGO, which partners with African governments and locals in their work to positively impact the environment and in conservation. And we have the Duchess of Sussex having such a huge hit with her podcast, and now we have this. So it's a feel-good story all around, and now I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I do love that this speaks to the heart of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They are so personal, and their thoughtfulness really is demonstrated in so many aspects of their lives. I've just been reading up as well a few days ago on their other dogs, and you know, Meghan, before we know, she had her rescue pup, and then they had their dog Pula, and there's a sweet story about the dog as well that I did not know of, and maybe some of you don't know, so I want to share this here as well. It's sweet. As I was researching this story, there is an interesting thread that connects the dogs, or at least one of the dogs of the Sussexes, which ties well into Prince Harry's love for the continent. And I think many of you know this, but for those of you who don't know, the dog's name, Pula, has a special meaning. Pula is the official currency of Botswana, the country in Africa where Harry took Meghan when they first started dating. Pula means rain in Setswana as well. And since rain is scarce in Botswana, it is considered valuable and a blessing. So I just wanted to, put that in here. So as I said before, a very sweet story of generosity. So there we have it, just the heart of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, very, very compassionate and thoughtful in so many aspects, and even with this pic, or this dog. So once again, leave all your thoughts in the comment section. And now, before we log off, a special thank you to those who support this channel, as always, to my Patreon, PayPal, and membership supporters. I want to say thank you. I appreciate your giving towards my work here on YouTube. It is just so encouraging, and I want to give a shout out right now to supporters of this channel. Thank you to you, James Calvin Daniels. I appreciate your support for this channel. Thank you to Patricia Lane. I appreciate you for your giving to this channel. And also thank you to Patricia Crenshaw as well. I'm so grateful that you chose to come along with me on this journey. And thank you once more to Marcela Buresova. A heartfelt thank you to you, and I appreciate all your generosity towards this channel. Once again, thank you to those who support this channel financially, and if you'd like to, be sure to check out the links in the pinned comment and in the description bar. Once again, leave all your thoughts. Thank you to those who like, comment, and share. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let the algorithm know that you enjoyed what you watched. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you on here again. And thank you once again. A special thank you to those who have subscribed over these past couple of months and weeks. Thank you. I appreciate you for that as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.